TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Today is the 13th of October 2022. You are welcome. It is 3:31 a.m. on the continent of Africa. This is Chief Abundance. Today I have dropped in the forum for educational purposes a part of tax refund policy. And I will speak about cryptocurrency, how it functions, and TACC in particular as a utility coin. Because a lot of us, again, are suffering because of lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge as to how cryptocurrency work, and lack of knowledge with regards to the first adopters of Bitcoin and why they are not around anymore, why they lost the opportunity, because basically they did not understand or have the patience to see it come to fruition. Let me say to the global community of TACCians, those of you who have been founding members, pioneering members, those of you who bought TACC before we went on the exchange, everyone had rights to a refund on the basis that the coin failed to reach its soft cap. In other words, if we did not certify the coin and went on any exchange, TACCians had a right and entitled to 100% refund because we would have had a failed coin. However, once the coin would have reached the soft cap and certified, went on an exchange, it only takes one exchange, not two, not three, TACCians has no claim for a refund. Your purchase is final. And so, if you sold your coins peer-to-peer at whatever price, 1 cent, 2 cents, 10 cents, $5, $30, to anyone, that purchase becomes final. Hence the reason it is very important to read terms and condition policies. We're not just on a website, or we're not just selling without terms and condition. That's what protects every company, terms and condition. And so you have TACCians who believe that their purchase of TACC let's say, was at 50 cents a dollar, and TACC now at 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, it is a justification for a refund. Really? I want us to be very practical and honest and fair-minded. Understand business. And I will go to the traditional so that you have a better understanding how business work, how investment work. No investment has any guarantee on it. None. We saw what happened, especially when COVID hit, how many businesses were destroyed. And a lot of you in the forum, if it did not directly affect you, you know someone who it directly affected. Especially for us in the Caribbean that get our most of our GDP, our income, our earnings around tourism. It was a very hard hit for us because plane was not coming, nobody was traveling, persons were asked to lock down, and so a lot of persons lost their job. As a result, a lot of businesses and hotels were closed. And some are still closed today as a result of the COVID. That's business. Investment in the traditional world succeeds and investment failed. Investment on the stock exchange succeeds, and it also investment on the stock exchange failed. And so I will give you a typical example, Tiashans. You bought a house, 150,000, and after a year, that 150,000 appreciates. It's an investment you would have made. The 150,000 property that you bought appreciates to 250,000 in a year. And so we will say that you have 100,000 in equity. You have gained, you have made a profit from the 150,000. Now that is business. Equally, you bought the house for 150,000 and the housing market take a hit. And so the house now values 75,000, but you bought it for 150. So you have a negative 75,000 property in your hand. Do you go back to the person that you bought it for at 150 and say, "Mama, I bought this property for 150,000, but I can't sell it now for 150 because of the market"? Do you go back to the purchaser, to the seller, and say that to them? Is that how business works in the real world? I'm asking the question, is that how business works? The president of El Salvador bought 100 million worth of Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at, I think, around 40,000. Bitcoin went down now to less than 20,000 or just about 20,000. It means that El Salvador investment has lost by 50 million. Does the president go back to the wallet and claim his 100 million thousand because the price drops? Business does not work that way. And so tomorrow, when we decided to unite our efforts and to really understand how cryptocurrency works, and TACC reaches Bitcoin price, you bought it at 3 cents. It now at 19,000. It now at 25,000. It now at 45,000. Do you think it would be ethical? I'm just asking you a question. Do you think then it would be ethical? And I'm not even saying legal because it has no legal base. I would have no legal base for it. But I'm just asking, do you think it would be ethical for Mr. Abundance to say, you know what, TACC, you bought the coin when it's at 3 cents. Now it's at 10,000, 20,000. I'm going to take back the coins and pay you what you would have purchased, your initial purchase at 3 cents. Do you think it would be ethical? Because that is some of your mindset in TACC, that you can call for refund because your investment has not appreciated the way you expected it. Business does not work that way, and you have no legal base to rest that on. As an investor also, it does not entitle you to be a shareholder in utility coin. I've made all those policy statements very clear. We are not a stable coin. Stable coin and utility coin has different policies. A stable coin, all the investors are shareholders, and all the investors make decisions, just like board members. Utility coin, you have founding members, pioneering members, but you don't have shareholders, except you are in the incorporated document as a company board member. That is how you get shares in utility coin, not as an investor. Because if that is the case, it would have disqualified TACC even before we went on the exchange. And so these are things that if you do not know, TACCians need to know. And so let us be fair, let us be ethical in our thinking, and let us concentrate on what is it that I need to do to help the investment that I've made to mature, because it's not one person. And you of yourself, once you have TACC, you either a liability or an asset in the community, because you have equal rights as abundance over the coin. Your coin is yours. I cannot take your coins from you. I cannot tell you how to sell your coin. You determine how to sell it. The community has a collective responsibility now. I have given that responsibility. Once we would have certified a coin and put it on the exchange for everyone to participate collectively. So this is a collective effort. The owner of the coin can only take it to that far. It's just like a baby. You carry it for 9 months and you born the child. And by the way, we are not 3 years old, as some are even suggesting. But that is even not the point, because we gave birth when we went on the exchange. You don't count the 9 months the child was in the womb. We gave birth less than 18 months ago. So, Tiashans, understand well. Go and read our policies. And I have placed it in all the forums again, so that Tiashans who are selling peer-to-peer have nothing to fear, because every purchase is final. Every purchase is final. Once the coin has been certified, you have legal backing. And all the terms and conditions apply. Good morning. This is Chief Abundance. Tomorrow I will continue with what the central banks around the world has in store for us, and where our energies, where our vision, where our foresight and insight should be. How can we together withstand the evil forces, the real enemy? Good morning.